What's up, everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and we got another breakdown for you today on Bo Nix. Bo Nix is the second overall rated quarterback in the 2019 class. He's the first dual threat quarterback, which Spencer Rattler I think could really be a dual threat quarterback of pro style. So I mean, anyway, he's number one. He does have some awesome rushing touchdowns. Did watch his game. I mean, he can do it all. Auburn definitely got a really good quarterback. I'm excited to see how he does at the next level. Looking at his mechanics, I mean, he looks like he has a lot of really big time potential moving forward. So we'll go ahead and hop right into it. So, you know, why I wanted to do this angle is just because one of the things that I've been seeing a lot with quarterbacks is letting that ball just go too far back behind the head. And I think this angle shows how you can accomplish not allowing that to happen too much and really how that ends up being a problem in the first place. So you can see how he goes back. He's in that good 90-90 position. And then from there, notice how as he's lifting the ball up, he's also bringing his elbow forward. So it doesn't happen is that he doesn't end up going up or, you know, coming up and then coming this way. I'm on a 2D thing and I'm trying to make a 3D drawing. So essentially he's going up here and then he's coming here with the ball. Or what a lot of guys end up doing is they go up first and then they come here with the ball. And that's how the ball gets stuck back behind their head. But watch how he's just driving that elbow straight through. And because he drives that elbow straight through, he then ends up being able to release the ball at a lot better spot. I mean, look how when he's coming through, all his momentum's going and rotating, and then right when it all rotates and corks, that's exactly when he lets the ball out. And so that's where, you know, I see so often, and it's the same with, you know, sprinting as well with the whole timing. I mean, you just got to be able to sync the body up correctly to make it so you're releasing the ball right when you're in full rotation, when you're creating the most amount of overall force in rotation is right where then the ball should be coming out. You shouldn't be creating a lot of rotational force, then the ball comes out. It should be all happening right along at the same time. And again, that's what I see the most timing-wise. So then what we wanted to see here is look how you can see total rotation within the hip. So another thing that we see is that guys will end up starting to transition over the side as they're coming through. But notice how Bo here does a really good job of keeping all of his weight coming forward. And yeah, he ends up leaning over to the side a little bit with his upper body, but at least, you know, he's generating a lot of force with that front hip. So you can see how all of his weight is continuing to go this way and also towards the target rather than his weight ending up going this way. Because that's another thing that we'll see is we'll see guys who are going this way as well as guys that are going this way at the same time. But he's not doing that, and it starts because of how much mobility and overall range of motion he has in that front leg. And here, real quick, I'll let you guys see that one in fast motion. That's a good one there. You can see that the deep ball from that front view. And he goes off to the side a little bit with the with his feet, which is okay, or with his legs, which, you know, again, it's okay. But you know, the bigger thing is how he's moving through with the hips. As long as you get to some of the biomechanical necessities that you need, some of those other small things where your leg ends up, you know, exactly where your hand ends up. Those are all just like cues to try to get the body going in a certain direction. It's not necessarily you know, if you do it this way, you're correct. If you don't do it this way, then you're not correct. If you end up getting too caught up in that, then you're going to end up definitely not having as good of a throw as you can. So then the last one here, I like this one because it's a front view, and then throwing the slant is always a difficult thing to have continually good overall mechanics for. So, and you can really see that front shoulder pull back. See how well as he's coming through, he pulls that front shoulder back, and the release is a little bit off to the side. I'm trying not to rewind it too many times in a row here, but his release is a little bit off to the side. But again, the momentum of his body's at least going forward. And I think that's another big thing too, is a lot of quarterbacks, what they'll do when they get the ball too far back behind their head, what they're trying to do is really have that release point right next to their ear. Again, that's just a cue. That's a good thing to be able to keep in mind, but it's not a necessity. Notice how, you know, Bo Nix does a good job of going out to the side here. He doesn't get the ball too far out to his, or too far behind his head, but he keeps the ball instead a little bit further away from him. But now that helps from a rotational standpoint because, you know, as it's similar to like a rope or like a ball at the end of the rope. You know, you're going to go and you're going to rotate, and as you're rotating, you're creating more momentum the further out something goes. So all his momentum's getting created here, and he's using that arm as like a rotational ball or rotational rope to really come and drive the ball through and drive towards his front hip. All right, I know you can't see the ref gets in the way there, but I think that that's definitely an important thing to think about is how we can create overall better rotational force, and then also how can we keep a good amount of stabilization and movement going on within the front hip. And then the last thing is how to make it so we can get the ball out of our hands quicker, right? And not let that ball get stuck too far back behind your head, and instead give you more strategies to, get the elbow going through, get the football going through, get all of your momentum going forward and towards the target is what you need to do in order to be a more efficient and more effective passer. Okay, guys, as always, let me know if you have any questions. You can email me at Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, at yourperformancelab.com on Instagram, and I would go and follow us on Instagram, performance_labs. Again, performance_labs is our Instagram. We're doing 60-second free breakdowns. So if you send in a video to me, I'm going to go and I'll put it down on that. You can send it to my email or our company email at info@yourperformancelab.com. And then, of course, check out our online programs where if you're trying to run faster, throw harder, just become overall better athlete. We want to be able to help you guys out there. So thanks again for watching the video, and we will see you soon. Much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.